watching my Vision News. TPLF has written a letter to diplomatic missions and international partners. So, in this video, I'm going to tell you how this letter shapes the relations between the Ethiopian federal government and TPLF and what are the points mentioned in this letter. So, let's start. This letter was written yesterday and it is a second letter from TPLF to diplomatic missions and international partners. Also, diplomatic mission and international partners played a very important role in Pretoria deal to mediate between Ethiopian federal government and TPLF. So the first point is that the Ethiopian federal government is not ready for political dialogue. So when this Pretoria deal was signed in November 2022, it was in this Pretoria deal that TPLF and Ethiopian federal government will have political dialogues to solve political issues. But TPLF is saying that Ethiopian federal government is not ready for the political dialogue. And basically, they mean that the Ethiopian federal government is not restoring their status. Because in Pretoria deal, it before the Pretoria deal in November 2020, there was a war. So it was between Ethiopia, Eritrea versus TPLF. So during this war, Ethiopian federal government declared TPLF as a terrorist party. And when Pretoria deal was signed in November 2022, there this label, that terrorist label, was removed, but their political status was not restored, and that's why TPLF is demanding Ethiopian federal government to restore their status. So the second point mentioned by TPLF is that TPLF wants IDPs to return because when there was a war in November 2020, many Tigrayans were displaced. Tens of thousands were displaced, and most of them who have not returned to their homes because is that their homes are in Volkayat, and Volkayat is a disputed area between Tigray and Amhara. And these days, Volkayat is under control of Amhara and Ethiopian federal government. So TPLF is accusing the Ethiopian federal government that they are stopping the return of IDPs. The third point is that TPLF wants their territories back. TPLF says that Volkayat is in their territory, so they want Volkayat back because Volkayat is disputed between Amhara and Tigray, and right now it is in under control of Amhara. Fourth point mentioned by TPLF is that the roads that are used to supply aid and food to IDPs and Tigrayans is blocked by Ethiopian federal government. And TPLF says that they want the Ethiopian federal government to open the roads because they have stopped the supply of food and aid. Fifth point is that Ethiopian government is spreading misinformation about TPLF. TPLF is saying that Ethiopian government is spreading misinformation about them through media, and that's why they don't want it. So the last point, sixth point mentioned by TPLF is that the Ethiopian federal government is organizing militia and armed groups against TPLF. And there is a militia named TPF, Tigray Peace Force, and it is against TPLF, which is on a far Tigray border. So TPLF says that this TPF militia is backed by Ethiopian federal government, and it is using TPF to fight with TPLF. So it and all these points mentioned in this letter indicate that the relations between TPLF and Ethiopian federal government are getting worse. So let's hope and pray that there is no war because The war in November 2020 has affected Tigrayans and many are displaced. Let's hope and pray there is no war. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching.